there, happy Thursday. Thank you for joining me here. Tonight we are going to finish up our embroidery of the month. This is the Fuzzles embroidery. We are doing a little bit of the couching technique here. So that's the Fuzzles. We also have the Scrappy one all done up. So those are our two embroidery of the months this month. It's the third week of the month where we stitch them up, where we stitch the embroidery of the month. So thanks for joining me here. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I am here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up this embroidery. We're also going to take a look at some gold work stuff a little bit. We're going to play around with it. I do have my little wires, my little metallic thread and stuff, and let's just play around and see what we come up with. Then maybe we'll do a little bit more research and play around with it more tomorrow for Friday. So, all right, let's get going, guys. Okay, hello everyone. Thanks for joining me here. Oh, I wanted to mention the towels again today again, guys. I have these like super cute towel bundles, and I was gonna tell you that they're there today, but tons of you guys ordered them like super quick today, so we're already out. We've put the pre-order for them up. So we're going to order a bunch more. So we actually sold out a bit sooner than I thought. I let you guys, the only people I told were you guys here last night. So thank you so much for your orders. They will go out on early next week right away. And so you should have them soon. And then I'm going to be placing an order super soon for some more. So I'm hoping that those will come really quick too. Yep, we're out of all of them right now, you guys. So, like I said, I didn't think we'd be running out of them that quick. So, yep, they are now on pre-order. We're still going to send that email out tomorrow, but we've just changed it to a pre-ordered versus that we have them available. So, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it a ton, and we'll order more right away. So if you pre-order them, we should have them pretty quickly. So yeah, that it went quick. Sorry, Amy. Yep, and Patty. Yep, we ran out of the red right away. But we're hoping to order some more varieties too. So we'll have a pre-order on these ones that sold out, and then I'm gonna try and get some more too. Can I ask you about the long scissors you're using? Are you talking about these ones or these ones? These are we are going to get some produced like this. So these are going to be Penguin and Fish ones real soon here. So that is a little preview product that we've been testing out. But so those will be coming soon. Oh yes, the blue. Yep. Oh, good. Gretchen said that she pre-ordered. So good. So how do you pre-order? I missed out. Okay, so Shirley. So we just basically relisted. Oh, I should have put a link here. I didn't put a link here tonight, guys. But it's in just penguinandfish.com, and you can get that at all the links that I have below. And they're in the supplies section. So if you go to shop and supplies, they should be I think they're like the second row of stuff. You should see them right away. Now, just instead of buying them outright, they say pre-order on the front. So we'll just we just save your receipts, and then we order a bunch, and when it comes, we'll ship them out right away. Oh, Gretchen, you say box up that blue scissors right away. Yeah, so I'm hoping, which I think what will be real fun is I'd like to pair. Let me show you with the. Do I have the purple scissors around here? I have a purple one of these too. I don't see it immediately in front of me, but I'm hoping to pair the scissors with like the floss, like matching floss, and have it be like a cute little duo. So that's my ultimate intention. But yeah, I do want to. We're getting a bunch of these ordered in whole piles of different colors. So if there's a color that you for sure want, I know we've kind of talked about this before, but I'm actually picking colors this week, I think, and we're gonna get our order in. So if there are colors that you want, we're gonna try and match a bunch of our embroidery floss colors, and they'll be cute. Shirley, yes. So the gray check is available for pre-order. Oh, is that not showing up there? If the gray check is not up there, we were doing some tests on the listing, so maybe we took that down. I'll check that. If John walks in here, I'll let him know, and then he can update it right now. But otherwise, we'll get that up right after I'm done here. But yes, so the gray check will be available for pre-order as well. We were putzing around with it today, so maybe I didn't put that one back up. So you should see you should see all three, and if you don't see the gray check, that means we messed up and I didn't get it back up there. So we'll definitely get that up after this if you don't see it. Oh, so Kathy snagged some. Yay, that's awesome. Yeah, I think they're going to be really, really, really nice to work with. They're so pretty. So I'm excited for that, and I'd love to do a project here with them. I think that'd be fun. Oh, it's not showing. Okay, so the gray check. So we will have the gray check. I'll have to put that back in the shop. So sorry about that. If you do, so with the pre-order, there'll be enough in there for a pre-order, so we won't run out of the pre-order. So if you don't order right now, you won't run out of the other ones if you wanted some different color. So I will go check right when I'm done here tonight. I will list it right away, the pre-order. So yeah, we just took that down to test something and didn't get it back up. Sorry about that. That's a bummer. But I will get it up right when we're done. So you can check 10 minutes after I'm done here tonight, and it should be good to go for the pre-order. But yeah, we'll order more probably right away Monday morning. We're gonna send an email out tomorrow to tell everyone else, because I've literally only told you guys here about the towels. So we're gonna tell everyone else on Friday, or tomorrow. But that's just gonna be a pre-order situation. But yeah, I'm gonna order right away, and they were really quick shipping before, so we should have them shortly. So that'll be good. Oh, Gretchen's excited to get the patterns, some of these fun patterns on them. Yeah, I think that's going to be real fun, and I think they're going to be super duper relaxing and easy to stitch through. You're not going to have to, it's not so tightly woven that it's going to be hard to pull or anything like that. Pull the thread through. All right, well, we're going to work our way through this text tonight. I mean, this might actually take some time, this text, but I do want to finish it. I also have, I want to show you quick. I'll just go halfway with that last stitch on the S, but I did get out my box of metallic threads. So these are my pretty shinies, and I do have some oddball ones that are vintage ones that are kind of flat. So I have these, and then this one is really, really flat. So I thought it'd be fun. I mean, I've never done anything with these. They're all kind of stained too. It'll be interesting, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to maybe drape some of these and stitch them down. We could do just some fun rows of some of these different threads that I've literally never used them because they're just so pretty and I don't know what to do with them. So we can play with some couching If we don't get to that tonight, because I think this text is going to take forever, we'll definitely play around tomorrow. I'm excited. I've never done anything with it. Like, look at this pretty gold. Like, how cool is that? That would be really fun to do some sort of couching with. So we'll play around with some of these little fellers that I picked up. Look how shiny. I mean, like, they're just kind of glowing, aren't they? This is my favorite box of floss, maybe. And then the other thing, I know I talked about this last night. I couldn't remember her name, but it's Meredith Woolno. And she's the one that does that machine stitching. But she machine stitches onto, like, the stick and stitch, basically. And all of this is machine done. And then she takes off the stick and stitch with water, and then you end up with, like, so there's some on the stick and stitch still. She ends up with, like, these beautiful, beautiful pieces. I brought her up because how she mounts them, like, for her finished piece, she, I don't know, has, like, I don't know if they're pins or somehow they're hanging off the wall, and I would love to do my the doilies that I have like this, where they're just floating a little bit off of the surface, and then you can see the shadow from the piece. So that's what I was talking about with the doilies last night, on how I'd love to frame them. And I was thinking, so here's some of the process. I was thinking that she maybe said how she mounted them in this book, but I don't think she did. So I'm going to have to kind of dig in that a little bit more, like how I might mount it, mount my doilies. So anyway, one of my favorite books. I love it. Her work is so beautiful. So this is the organic embroidery book, Meredith Woolno, if you're listening, or if you're interested. So that's, I know we mentioned that last night, and I wanted to pull that out. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I'd love to give that technique a try. So when I heard she was writing a book, I'm like, I'm going to need that book. And got it. I'd love to try the technique. I have not done that ever. So it's just kind of fun. Oh, Gretchen said she has, like, some metal artwork that floats off the wall like that. Yeah, so I think she might just be using pins and, like, putting it into, like, a, I don't know, like a gator board or something that you could stick pins into, but I'm not positive. And I feel like I've seen her art before, and there's, like, almost like the tiniest little dowels. Maybe they're just dowels. Like, I could get the tiniest dowels, like itty-bitty dowels, and then cut them up. So I have a ton of tiny dowels, and then paint them white or something, and then I could just kind of, I don't know, like, wood glue it, or, like, glue the doily to it somehow. I don't know. I don't really want to put glue on it. I mean, I like the idea of just pins. I know she's done pins before, because I think she's mentioned having to paint, like, on a red piece, having to paint the tops of the pins so it matched the red. So I don't know. Anyway, that's a project that's gonna have to happen at some point. I'm talking about my grandma crocheted. She always crocheted doilies, and I love crocheting doilies too. And I have a pile of them, and I do nothing with them. I just like making them. I use the pattern that my grandma used all the time, and I even use her crochet hook, her same crochet hook, and I made a doily out of the crochet thread that I got when she passed away. So I made a doily, and I have one of the doilies that she made, and I've been wanting to mount them on something and frame it, and then have, like, the two pieces next to each other as, like, art pieces. But I don't know how to frame things really, and I want it done, like, really nice. And yeah, like, pin it inside of a shadow box. Exactly, something like that, Amy. That's what I have in my head, like some sort of, like, that shadow box that they're floating in, and then they're pinned like maybe on like I was thinking like a white gator board or something, like an archival board, and then just like a bunch of little like white pins or something. And then it just kind of like float off the surface a little. Ugh, I just think that'd be so beautiful. I'd have to get, I think step one in this scenario is I'd probably have to get an estimate on what like custom floating, or what are those called? You just said it, but now I can't see it. Oh, the shadow box. I'd have to get like a custom shadow box because both doilies are just slightly different size, and I've looked before, and I don't think I can get anything existing. It'd have to be like a frame that's made. Oops, look, I got one of those loopy knots here. I'm just going to pull up on it. When it gets to the needle, I'll go in the space underneath it, pop it there. So that's been a project in the back of my head for ages. Oh, like a long pin through a pencil eraser. Yep, exactly like that. Like a long pin, and then it's through gator board. So I think that's like, or like foam board, right? So you have like the board, and then there's a bunch of foam underneath, and then you have the other side of the board. It would go through the front board, the pin, so you'd have to get it right the first time, otherwise you'll have a hole, right? Will I need to stiffen the doily? Yes. So I've done this before, and actually I do this with all the doilies when I'm done, because they kind of curl up on themselves a little bit, like the little edging doesn't lay nicely, so I starch them, and then you have to pin every tiny little itty-bitty bit down. You use like a zillion thousand pins to do it, and it's pretty annoying. But I would probably starch it with like 100% starch, so it'd be like super stiff, but not permanent. I mean, it's still, if I got it wet, it'd be fine still. So that's why I like the pins, because it wouldn't be permanent. I mean, I want it permanent, but like, I wouldn't be hurting the actual piece. So I think I would probably just super starch it. I would just use full-on 100% starch, and just re-block it. Yep, blocking, exactly. So I'd re-block it. So I'd get it all wet with the starch, and then I'd stretch it out and pin it at all the little points everywhere, and then it would dry relatively solid. I think it'd dry enough for me to, basically then re-block it, really, right? By adding all the pins onto the foam board. That would almost be like holding it there with all the pins. So that's on the brain. That's been on the brain for probably a decade to do that project. But yeah, I think the thing that would get that rolling is to somehow get custom, what are those, shadow boxes made. And that sounds like a whole thing. So I'd have to get, they make scrapbook things to add dimension. Oh yeah, you're right. And you know what, it's just like little foam bits. So maybe I can get little foam. If I don't think the pins will work, I'm going to have to do a test. So I'll have to I'm sure I have some foam board somewhere around here. And I'll have to do like a little test of, like, get some little itty bitty pins with like tiny heads on them, and then some foam board, and just do a test and see if it works. Yeah, maybe that will get the ball rolling. But seriously, I think it's like this like professional, like I have an idea, like I want like a really light wood, like a thin border of wood, and then just all white. And I want the two pieces to be, I want two of them, one for each piece, and they're going to be different sizes, just slightly. But yeah, I think that's kind of the barrier, getting that done. Now, well. Yeah, like applique pins, exactly like that. So a bunch of applique pins would kind of hold it in place, I'm thinking. They might have to be a little bit longer just so that they have room to push into the foam board, but that's the height really. So maybe those would actually work really well. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might need like some flat top pins. Yes, exactly, Gretchen. Like the entomologist displays with the bugs. Literally, that is exactly what I'm going for, but it's the doily. So like that nice little border of the frame, and then you got glass on top, and your like specimens underneath the pin down. That is exactly it. All right, I have a little bit of thread left. I'm going to use it, so I'm going to just kind of jump over to the beginning of this L. And I'm definitely going to have to get another piece before I'm done with the ZL, Z and an L. I'm going to just go through all my projects and finish them one by one. Those are famous last words, but like, yeah, I want to hang those two doilies up as art pieces, and I just think it'd be awesome. Oh, Sue says, I love doilies too. I use them. So fun. I love them on a pillow. I would like to do that, like maybe stitch one on a pillow. Have some of my grandma's doilies and hankies in a shadow box. Oh, see, that's just what I want to do. Get it all framed nice in a shadow box. Lynn's asking if I've looked at Hobby Lobby for shadow boxes and stuff. I have. I've looked at Joann's, and I think I've looked online, and it's been a few years since I have, but they're super large, and they're not a standard size. So a lot of times the really large ones, they're always for something specific at a store. So like it's for like a poster, and then you got like a rectangle that I don't need, or they're just really big. I think I'd have to have them custom made. So that's the only deal. And I suppose I could just literally go to any framer, and they could probably do it just fine. I should just get a quote. It's one of those things I thought, one of these days we'll learn how to make frames, but I don't know. I kind of don't see that's happening. Actually, my uncle makes frames and stuff now. We had talked about maybe asking him. I'm going to have to look at, you know what? We're going to freshen that idea up, I think, a little bit. Yeah, I'll just have to measure the doilies again. And the doilies are slightly different sizes, and I want the frames to look to be different sizes too. I could make them the same, and but I like the idea that they're a little different. So I suppose I could just measure and see what maybe my uncle can do. Oh, watch for when Hobby Lobby has 70% off sale on framing. Oh yeah, because all those places do framing and stuff too. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. Maybe that's a John job. One of these days when we, if we're ever able to retire someday, then we'll be learning how to do all those fun things. Like to do it a little before then. I think I'm going to be able to finish this L with this thread, just barely. I'm kind of forcing it out here. So Joanne says framing sales all the time. I'll just have to see. I'll have to measure first, and then I'll just have to see what the options at those places are. Because I really would only get the frame, right? And then maybe the board, they might have that as well. But I would be doing the final thing, right? With all the pinning and all that. Just enough thread here. Yeah, that might just be something I look into again. At least to get a price, maybe. Gretchen says my basement studio is calling me. Yeah, it's calling me. I'm trying to get there. I'm working. I'm working at it. All right, done with that little thread. Oh, I am hoping to get some needle miters made too. I know I'm having a fun time using them. I got Marie's here too that I like using. Um, Marie, who I don't know if she's on YouTube today, but she made these ones with magnets and crocheted on them. These kind of remind me of the doilies a little bit. Actually, a lot bit. Ugh, now I want to crochet again too. Man, igniting all these, all these projects. Stirring the waters here. All right, I need another thread. So I'm going to grab my single thread out of here, and we're all kind of tangled up at the end. Oh gosh, that's so easy to pull threads like that. And this is a super duper long one just because I'm like, to get it the size that I wanted, I'd have to cut like 6 inches off of it or something. I'm like, ugh, I'm not going to cut 6 inches off. So this is a little longer than I typically use, but it's fine. I'm using scrap yarn or scrap floss for this your peach color because I forgot it at the office. Luckily, I have a ton here, so that worked out just fine. Ooh, this smells good. Oh, Mary said she ordered the tea towels. Yes, so if you guys are just coming in, Mary says, too many crafts, too little time. That is the truth, always. But if you're just coming in, you guys bought all the tea towels, so I am officially out of the tea towels that I showed you guys last night, and we haven't even told anybody yet, but I've put them on pre-order. So they're all on pre-order now. However, we've discovered that I didn't put the gray checked one. I'll show you. I didn't put this one back up on pre-order, and that's a mistake. I'm going to get this back up on pre-order right when we're done here. So like 10 minutes or so after we're done tonight, this will be back up as well. So all 3 of these tea towels, this one and then this red stripe one, they'll all get back up as a pre-order now, but I've ordered these before and they've come really quickly, so I'm guessing that I'm going to start at this Z over here. I'm guessing that, you know, they'll be here shortly. So the pre-orders they won't be as long as what the pre-order for the stiletto kit is. We've started making the stiletto kits, but we're just waiting on the beads. Those are going to be some time yet before we get the beads. But we'll have this pre-order for the towels. We should have way sooner. Oh, dang. Kimberly says that... Was it Kimberly? It scrolled by really fast, but let me look. Oh, yeah. Kimberly scored a featherweight, a Singer featherweight. Ooh, with a table and all the attachments for $120 today. Dang. You did win the lottery. Holy cow. That's amazing. That is crazy amazing. Nikki, is that a stand, like an embroidery stand? Like one of those double hoop embroidery stands? I've used an embroidery stand before, but and I do like actually using embroidery stands. But for here, I like just using the hoop by itself because I know not everyone has an embroidery stand or can afford one. Some of those really nice ones are super expensive, so here I like just using the basics here. Kimberly Mary on YouTube says, "You go, girl." Yeah, that's a score for sure. Those guys, I mean, I've seen them like start at like $500, and that is not with all the accessories, and that's like, you know, a junky one that they haven't cleaned or anything either. So that's impressive. I would have jumped on that too for sure. Even though I don't need another one. At worst, you can resell it for like, probably 10 times what you got that for. Oh, Sue says, I love the crochet needle minders. Yes, Marie, I haven't seen her pop in on YouTube. I'll throw that one up on here too, because they're pretty cute, these crocheted ones. But she made these and sent them to me. I have 2 of them. But yeah, aren't they cute? I just think they're so fun. So fun. All right, we're getting there. I just realized I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I see. I have some. I didn't get any fabric out to try the metal work, the gold work with. We'll figure it out. Oh, Kimberly says the woman selling the featherweight, it's selling it says it has been in a dry basement for years and it still has the user manual. Dang, that's an extra bonus. Even the manual, I bet you, if you were to resell it, would be a desirable thing. That's great. That's a great find. Oh, for real? Amy says join the Facebook group called Featherweightology. Featherweightology. They sell clean machines around $400. Dang. Yep, that's the cheapest I've seen them for sure. Unless you get that magic lucky one. Sewing machines, I mean, those ones are desirable. Like, those ones are ones that you can make some money on, or like that people sell them for. The demand is higher on the featherweight, so they're a little bit more expensive. That's what I'm trying to get at, compared to like a lot of other vintage sewing machines. And it's one of those things that they're heavy and bulky, and if someone needs to move or anything like that, it just becomes like an anchor, and they need to get rid of them and don't know what to do with them. So that's why they're just so inexpensive usually, except for like the featherweight, which is a desirable, like, people actively look for that. So people have gotten wise and are like, oh, that's worth $700? Okay, we'll put it for that. It's kind of a bummer going to, I haven't gone to one in a while, but like thrift stores and like estate sales and garage sales and stuff, because now everyone has the internet and they can just see what things are, so the prices are all high on those things already. Oh, nice. So Kimberly says that there seems to be a lot of the featherweights for sale in that area, because there's a factory that made them nearby. Well, that's pretty interesting history too. The raw edges. So Mary's asking, do you have any suggestions about the raw edges? I already cut the ends. Oh, and they seem frayed. Oh, these raw edges. I thought you were meaning the fabric, but I forgot. We got raw edges here. I wouldn't worry about them being frayed. They will become frayed because it's 6-strand embroidery floss and it's meant to come apart easily. So I don't think I'd worry too much about that. I think they're held down by so many stitches that I don't think they're going to come out or anything. It's just, I think I would just see it as maybe part of the look a little bit. For these blue ones, we did it where we tucked them, we started on the opposite, on the underneath, and then came up with the blue before couching them down with the orange. And then we tucked in the last one, we brought it to the back again and wove it in. So those ones don't have any raw edges, so that worked for that. But I think, I mean, mine are looking pretty frayed and stuff too. That's the nature of 6-strand embroidery floss. I don't think, I'm hoping that it won't really be an issue. as far as like coming apart or anything. Yeah, mine are like that too. They're all poofy already. Alright, just about done here. This worked well. This is also the first bundle that we've pre-printed the fabric. So if you're noticing that I have like, I'm not using the stick and stitch this time. I have just the design is printed right on here. These are the first bundles that we've done that with. It's still a heat sensitive material, so it's basically our iron-on pattern. So we're just pre-doing iron-on patterns. We're just doing the ironing on for you. So I would be a little careful with ironing before stitching, because like if I put it face down and ironed, you might transfer a little bit of the iron-on transfer that's on the fabric onto like your ironing board. So you'll have to be a little bit careful with that. Oh, Chrissy, how do we print the pattern on? There are iron-on transfers, so we just got the iron out and ironed them all on. We actually got a, oh my god, I keep calling it the oven, but we've started calling it the oven because it takes time to preheat. But we got one of those, what are they even? Those like, they're called, it's the clamshell style, those things that people use to print t-shirts and stuff. One of those hot iron things. Oh my god, I completely do not remember what they're called because we've been calling it the oven. So, one of those big clampy irons. So we got one of those to do the iron-on transfers. So we did all that beforehand. All right, you guys, we finished this puppy here. I'm gonna weave in the ends. Yes, a heat press. There, that's what it is, Sylvia. We got a heat press, so again, we call it the oven. Yep, Patty, Shirley, yep, a heat press. One of those, so that we're using that to transfer our iron-on patterns beforehand. All right. Oh, missed. There we go. Well, I got all those black fuzzles on here from when I was wearing that black sweater. Okay, looking pretty cute here. I'm going to get rid of the needle minders. Actually, the needle can just kind of stick on that for now. Fun. All right. We have a finished embroidery here. Not sure what I'll use this for yet. I don't know. I got a whole pile of embroideries. I might just start sewing them together. Maybe it'll turn out to be a quilt or something. I do like making them into like little tote bags and stuff. This would be a cute tote bag. Actually, this would be a really cute tote bag for like a travel embroidery or something. For all my fuzzles. Just imagining it as a tote bag now. It would be cute. All right, you guys, that guy is done. I want to give this gold work stuff a try yet. Oh, I kind of want to show you another way of couching too. I'm going to grab some fabric here. All right, so here's some fabric. It's not blank. I've used this for some other stuff, but so I think maybe we'll focus on the gold work tomorrow. There's one more way of couching, and I did this in my book. Oh, and I don't think it ever made it into the book. So this was in a project in my book from years ago where we did a different type of couching, and I'm just remembering it now, and I want to show it to you guys because it's a great way to fill in a space. And the gold work made me think of this because you can do this with gold work. So I want to show you a really cute way to fill in a space. And I think, oh, was it Nolene? You posted the gold work in the group, right? Let's get a pencil here. All right, I'm going to fill in this circle or this oval with some couching. And you can do this with gold work too, I believe. So I'm going to just grab, let's do a fun color. I have this yellow sitting here. No, I got this blue. Let's do blue. I'm going to split some of this. Let's do 3 strands. I'm going to get a whole pile of this though. Oh man, let's just do the 2 strands just because I can do the loop method. I have a hard time going back to anything else now that I've been doing the loop method. It's so easy to just grab the 1 strand and fold it in half, and then we got ourselves the loop. Alright, so this is going to be fun. This kind of reminds me of darning a little bit. But this is another way you can couch something down, and this is a cute way to do it in embroidery too. And this is, I think, used similarly in gold work. So maybe I'll show you the kind of process here, and then maybe we can try this with some of the gold thread too. Oh, this is going to be really hard with the loop method though. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to make like a little itty bitty baby stitch here that I normally wouldn't do for the loop method, but just for this idea. So I just want to get this started. This is not the best way to do this, but like, all right. I am going to make some big stretches across this shape. So this is my way of filling in this shape really quickly. I'm just going to do some big stretched out things here, and maybe I'll make it a bit smaller just to show you a little bit. So I am going to make my shape smaller here. All right, and then let's cross the other way. Let's like just go up to like here. So I'm making like these crisscrosses. So I could see, like, imagine that this is the gold work, right? So this is like gold metal that somehow we're getting into the other side. I think I need maybe a bigger weave fabric, but I'll look into that a little bit. All right. So there we've kind of filled an area with stitches. I'm actually going to switch thread colors. Let's just weave in the backs of these quick. You don't have to switch colors, but I think it'll be cute. All right, so we got a bunch of toe catchers here now, right? Like we can get our fingers underneath there, get our toes caught. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to couch down the stitches at the where they cross, and I'm going to do like little stitches for that. And it looks so cute. This would be really fun to do in a project somewhere. All right, let's see. Well, I have some thread here. It's not a loop, so I'm gonna just weave in the end here where I left off here. Just trying to get quick here so I can show you this. Oh, Sue says I've been trying to get my DMC on the bobbins and organized. What a job. I had no idea I had so much floss. Ugh, I have gone through that too. It's so much. All right, I am going to go, like I said, I'm going to cross over each one of these with a couple little stitches, and we're basically holding down these blue threads at these, where they cross. And it looks so freaking cute. It's like all these little cross stitches, and with different colors here, it's just so sweet. Ugh. Lost my thing here. Oh yeah, kind of like chicken scratch. I think so. I haven't done chicken scratch before. I've just kind of seen it. But yeah, that's kind of like holding down some other threads and stuff like this. And then we can just go up the line. But isn't this just like so darling? I think it'd be fun to do a project where we do a lot of this. Like it's just like a little, it's almost like a little basket, or even filling in a space to make it look like a quilt even. Like if there's like a little blanket in the design and we want it to look like a quilt really quickly. These two colors are really sweet together. But yeah, so I think we could do something like this with gold work. I'm going to have to look into it a little bit. So I think maybe we'll focus on that entirely tomorrow and really dig into it. I think that might be kind of fun. But we could try it out maybe a little bit tonight yet. Cut a few pieces and tack them down, couch them down, and see how it looks. I want to finish this now. This is a whole pile of nothing here. I don't know what I'll do this for, but like it's just so sweet that I want to keep going with it. We'll use up this orange thread. Like I have no purpose for what I'm doing at all, other than it's cute. Few more. Just 4 more. Then I will be satiated of like this weird little thing. Suppose I could always sew it into a circle or something and make a little pin out of it or something. I don't know. Making stuff up now to justify me just playing around. I can just play around, and that's okay. Don't need to justify it, I guess. Oh, Sylvia says I could be designing a pineapple. Yeah, oh my gosh, this would be adorable as a crocheted pineapple. Ugh, cute. Yep, not crocheted, embroidered. Got crochet on the mind, jeez. Oh, Cheryl says I'm working on my granny square quilt and just looked up, and this is cute. Yeah, last stitch I think it's just really sweet here too. I'll weave in this end quick and then we can just take a peek at it. So this is couching too. I mean, it looks different than what we were doing, but we're still just holding down other stitches or another material. In this case, it's the same material, but holding it down with small stitches. We're doing the verb. We are doing the act of couching. It's not like a couching stitch. So we're couching the blue thread down with basically some cross stitches. But how adorable. Like, just think of all the stuff you could do that for. And we filled in this whole area. I mean, it's airy, but we filled it in 6 minutes? Maybe 10 minutes. But that's just like fun and easy. I've forgotten about that. I hadn't done this in a long time, that stitch. All right, I just want to peek at what we got here. So I think we can kind of do the same thing with some of this thread. I kind of want to give it a try. So I did kind of look a little bit into this, and I think you can pop the ends into the back, but I'm not sure how well that's going to work with this kind of tightly done muslin. I suspect that it's maybe like real gold work is maybe using a little different thread. Holy cow. That's what I was a little worried about too. This is just going to come completely undone. I'm going to just snip this little bit off. I don't even know what to cut it with. I'm just going to use my horrible paper scissors that's already broken. Oh, easy. Okay, this is clearly not a top that's going to stick anymore, but maybe it'll just enough. Not really. Let's get in this little groove, which really is a nothing groove. I don't know if that's gonna work. Maybe if we maybe I can push it down into the hole a little bit. There, that might hold it. Ha ha! Success. All right. I'm going to keep the little label in there too. So we'll play with more tomorrow, but let's just see what we can do with this piece. And I think, well, from what I read, you're supposed to use like a waxed thread. Let's just use what we have. Why don't we use more of this blue? We're going to do like the 2-strand thing again. We're going to just stick with our loop method. So we can do it like this, where the gold is far apart, but we can also do it like right next to each other and get like these little pretty bits in. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's broken right here. I'm going to just cut that. I think it's kind of stabbing me a little bit. I'm just running my hand across it. All right, that's fine. Good. Pretty. All right, let's give it a go quick. We'll give it a go quick tonight, and then this is kind of how I typically do things. We just give it a go. I do a tiny, tiny bit of research. The tiniest amount of research, and then give it a try, and then I'm like, yeah, I think I need a little bit more research, and then I dig into it more. But that's kind of, in general, my process of things. Like, let's just try it, and then with a little research first, especially if there's danger involved. Not that there's danger involved here, but all right, I'm going to just kind of couch it like what we did the other one, the Fuzzles. I got to get that loop method started, though. So let's head to the back and do that. And then we'll play around here. It's already cute. All right, so the laying of this, I think we're going to have to, let's get my hand involved here so it stays straight. Ooh, this is a project where a stand would come in very, very handy. So I might get my stand out tomorrow. Oh, I don't know if that's going to work anymore, how I have it set up. I do have a little bit of a stand we can try. So the way I've seen it in my tiny bit of research, I'm going to just make a tiny little thing here. And I'm going to get my needle minder involved again here. All right. One way that I saw to do this is by placing the threads like next to each other. I'm actually going to trim this down right away. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how we finish these edges, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So I'm holding these threads just right next to each other, and I'm going to kind of go in the next loop. Or I'm going to like crisscross, or not crisscross, like brick lay it. Oh, a piece of painter's tape to hold the gold thread. That's a great idea. I'll see if I can grab some of that for tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be a hair more informed and we'll play around even more with this gold work. But look, so I'm just laying it right next to each other, but I'm stitching, like I'm offsetting the stitching, and that's looking awfully cute. So in theory, you could just fill in an area like this. And then again, I'm not quite sure how you'd finish these ends. Ooh, cute. All right, I'm gonna just wrap around the ends of both of these. Kind of tack down the two ends. Not sure if that's a good idea, but this guy's popping up, so I want to just tack him down. Fun. Let's get another piece hanging out here. We'll do like our 3 little pieces here. Ooh, it's so shiny. Oh, is the needle minder a cloud or a sheep? It is a little cloud. Alright, I'm going to get this right at the beginning here. Ooh, I didn't get this really right next to the other one. Let's kind of shush it next. And I mean, this is a skill that people spend years on too, so we'll just see how we do. This is my zero research, or my very little research playing around, and it's pretty fun. Like, there's potential here for sure, but it's just fun to play with the shiny. I mean, look how cute that's looking. I could see this as a little detail for an embroidery, like, I don't know, like the ridge of the edge of a basket or something, or I don't know. I'm going to go over all 3 of these ends here just to kind of hold them in place. Probably should go over them one at a time. We'll split them up a hair. Don't really know what I'm doing. Let's just separate them. There. That's something. Fun little gold, shiny gold work there. That thread, or that gold color thread that I'm using, is really kind of neat. It's got like that really nice texture in it. That's cool. All right. I could see playing around with that some more. It's super duper duper delicate at this point, but kind of cool. You could fill in a whole space like that. with these little baby couching stitches, doing it down, tacking it down. All right, I'm going to dig into that a little bit more tomorrow, and we will continue playing with some gold work tomorrow. I'll get a new piece of fabric. We'll draw a little design or something, and we will do what we can. And we wanted to try like writing a name or something with couching. I do want to try that as well. I think we'll do those two things. We'll play with those two things tomorrow. All right, you guys, that was fun. We finished our puzzles. That turned out wonderful. I really love all the little baby couching stitches. And it was kind of fun to play with that gold work. It's just so little, that itty bitty piece that we did just now. But man, it sparkles. That's for sure in the light here. All right, that was fun. Thank you guys for joining me for that embroidery. Just a reminder, the email will be going out tomorrow. I know some of you guys snagged the towels already, and now they're on pre-order, so some of you guys will get these ones that I brought here home to show you. I will be putting the gray, so they're on pre-order right now if you go to the shop, but the gray one I forgot to put back up, so the gray will go up in like 10 minutes tops. So you can check back at penguinandfish.com in the supplies section. That's where these towels are. I'll get the pre-order for the gray up. And if you pre-order towels at different times or whatever, like if you didn't get the gray and you still want the gray, we'll put them all in the same package if it's a pre-order. So awesome. Thank you guys so much for ordering those. I only told you guys yesterday, and you got all of them that we ordered. So we'll be placing another order on Monday. So thanks again, you guys. I will see you tomorrow on Friday. Have a great evening. Good night.